Hey guys, this is Brooke. So it's Thursday, and this is actually a section that I'm re-recording. So what happened was on Saturday, I recorded a segment and I used the microphone, and I think I had the windows down because all you could hear was the sounds from outside. And so I was like, oh, let me re-record this. And then I think I got to my first location and I totally forgot. So Saturday was a pretty busy day. I went to two different places, the first of which was the Plant Fair, which is hosted by the Burlington County Gardening Association. I didn't even know Burlington County had a garden association. I saw it on Facebook. I'm not sure how I found out, but I did go. And the next section of this video is going to be me talking about what I observed once I got there, like just a review of the Plant Fair. And then the second location that I went was the Burlington County Agricultural Center that's in Mount Laurel. It's near the Wegmans. And they have a farmer's market that starts in May and goes through, I think, the end of October. And so I was checking out their farmer's market just to see what type of vendors and stuff they had. I don't think I actually ever came back and talked about the vendors, so I'll just do that now. So most of the vendors there was a one farm that had some cut flowers. By the time I got there, they were all gone. So I don't know if they had started off with a lot and sold them, or if they really just didn't have a lot. Most of the people there were fruit and vegetable vendors. I didn't see any plant vendors. Well, there were some plant vendors, but they were like farms, like proper, like hardcore farms. So they had a lot of stuff like proven winners and that sort of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with proven winners. I have some stuff, but it wasn't like they were growing things from seed and selling it. So I was seeing the exact same type of plants there that I was seeing in other garden centers, which is what I'm, like I said, what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to grow the stuff that other people aren't selling, so there's more variety in the market. So I did see there's one man who actually lives like a mile away from me who has bees, and so he had honey and beeswax candles and that sort of thing. So I actually did buy a candle. I'm going to try it because he said that beeswax candles actually do purify the air. And so I really do want to try it because I've never had a real beeswax candle. I just read about them in my Jane Austen novels. And I did get some of his cranberry honey. So I'm going to be using that because, like I said, I'm trying to do this whole honey thing for allergies, and I'll let you know how that goes. So that is the segment that y'all missed, and now the rest of the video will make better sense. Okay guys, I'm back in the car. I got two tomatoes. This one is called 4th of July, and this one is called Black Beauty. It's definitely for gardeners. I could tell from the people sitting around, they were a lot older. There wasn't really anybody young, which is kind of sad that, gardening really has turned into like an old person's game, because it really shouldn't, gardening should be for everybody, but hey, what are you gonna do? So the prevailing impression I got is that these women are all about tomatoes, apparently, because there was a lot of tomatoes. Like it was crazy. As you can see, all the tomatoes have been grown in solo cups. So, not rather than like plant packs. But this one woman was telling me, oh yeah, I have so many different types, and basically especially once everything starts, I guess all the tomatoes start fruiting, she said basically she has like every color in the rainbow. Apparently there are white tomatoes. I was not aware of that. I know about, the typical like red, orange, green, green, pink, purple, and black. I was not aware that there was white, but so they seem to be definitely more into vegetable gardening than anything, which don't get me wrong, I like vegetable. It's okay. I mean, vegetable gardening is okay. It does not fill me with the same sort of joy that I get with, planting, like roses and that sort of thing. But, we need food. So there's that. And so they didn't have a lot by way of plants. They had some native stuff, like, for example, goldenrod. It's really not, let's put it this way, the style of my garden now, that's not really conducive. And quite frankly, things like goldenrod, I do remember that plant when I was younger, and that stuff has a crap load of pollen on it. And as I've been having issues with my allergies, this year has been really bad, I am not getting ready to put anything in my yard that's going to send up a cloud of pollen. It's going to have me sniffling, sneezing, and coughing and all that other stuff. So I'm going to have to pass on that, and at least until I see if this honey treatment works. So to deal with my allergies, I'm trying to do it naturally. And so what I've just told is that you eat local honey. I guess with the bees pollinating and that sort of thing, I guess because you're ingesting it, and I guess it's probably in smaller amounts in your stomach where there's plenty of hydrochloric acid, I think it introduces it's almost like a vaccine where, your body's exposed to it, in smaller amounts where it doesn't bother you, and so that when your body recognizes it, you're not, going all itchy eyes. I don't have itchy eyes, it's just mostly congestion and coughing and that sort of thing. So I've been using it. Actually, I have not had any honey today. I probably should have done that before I left, but I do feel I feel like I'm definitely coughing less. And it was kind of funny because the other day when I was talking to my mom on the phone, she commented on the fact that you're not coughing as much as you typically do, and it's not like I'm having tea and honey all day long. Like I usually drink tea in my office like probably twice a day because it's really cold in my office. And so it's not like I had recently had the honey when I talked to her. I had it hours before. And so I have noticed that. I do feel like I'm not dealing with, I felt like I was getting like a lot of postnasal drip, that sort of thing. I don't feel like it's bad as much. And I don't feel like, because before I always felt like there was something in my nose. Like I felt like I was always sniffling. And I don't feel like I'm doing that as much anymore. So I have to basically take some honey, like teaspoon every day. Of course, because it's me, I'm like, oh, I'll have a cup of tea in the morning, cup of tea in the evening, have some there. So I've got local honey in my office and I've got local honey at home. And so they're both South Jersey farms. The one that's in my office is from there's a farm, and I think there's 4 farms, and one of them is in the town in which I live. And so when you look at the bottle labels, the order of the towns has changed, and I think the first one is the town where the honey came from. So I got the one specifically for my town. This whole house sale thing is not going like I thought it was, but I'm hoping once I get a new place, especially because I have so many different types of flowers that have so many different types of pollen. Like, for example, my peonies, like there's bees all over the front of my house this morning, because some of the peonies I have, like for example the white wings and some of the intersectional peonies, when it opened it has like stamens, and so there's pollen all over it, and so that's what I'm being exposed to. So I'm hoping that by getting if I get some bees, my sister's telling me about this one like bee setup that rather than having to smoke the bees out and taking the stuff out to collect the honey, basically you can it's like turning, just opening a nozzle, kind of like, thinking about like one of those, those like drink dispenser type deals. That I think that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm hoping that, if I do that, since it'll be exposing me to the pollen that I'm being constantly exposed to, that it really will eliminate the I will definitely be having fewer and fewer issues with pollen. So that eventually is my plan, but like I said, I gotta get my house sold. So meanwhile, I'm just doing some projects. I actually have a lot of projects planned for today, well, this weekend or the upcoming week, because I don't think I'm not gonna get it all done. And I'm just trying to make the garden look really nice for people who do come to see, the house. But I want to make it nice without, cause the thing with me is when I do gardening projects, it typically looks torn up for a bit until I get everything in order. And obviously, if people are coming to see your house, you don't know the time and day. They just, I get a text message. And so I don't want to be like in the middle of a project where I've got like the tiller and, everything's torn up and people are coming by to see. So this year I'll be doing a lot of container gardens, because it's something I feel that you can do it a lot more quickly. You got a lot more like you got a lot of bang for the buck, because it tends to be, in my opinion, a lot more dramatic. And the other thing is that, especially with some of the stuff that I'm getting now, if I really like it, because it's in planter, nobody's gonna be surprised when I'm taking it with me. So I found 2 planters for the moon garden, and they're white. I was wanting to find white planters, and I got these 2 big ones from Home Goods, and they were $29 and $99. It was amazing. And so I already have the plants to go in it, so I'm looking to get that planted up. I have to mow the lawn. We got rain for the last couple days, so the grass is completely out of control. And I got to go to Lowe's because I ran out of the line for my edger. And does anybody, I'm trying to figure out what's average, how much line trimmer do people go through in a year? I feel like I'm buying spools. I mean, granted, the trimmer that I'm using has a deck, so you can kind of use it as a mower. So especially in places where it's tight quarters, I do use that rather than my lawnmower, because my lawnmower can't fit. But man, I feel like I'm going through the trimmer string. I feel like it's, and I guess maybe it's because I've got more stuff now, but man, I feel like I'm having to buy some of that stuff once every month. I was I feel like with my dad, I think he felt like he only replaced his trimmer line, bought a new spool once a year. I'm like, shoot, I feel like I'm always going, oh, I'm out. So I don't know, I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But yeah, so I gotta go get more trimmer spool, and I think I got 30 yards. I'm gonna see what's the biggest they have, because that's what I need. If they got a multi-pack, even better, so I don't have to keep coming back. So I gotta do some edging and all that other stuff, and it'll look really nice. And then tomorrow I'm hoping to do a garden tour, because there are some of you, I'm looking at you, Tiffany Wolf. Yeah, I know you, people have said, oh, you should do a tour through your garden so we can see what you have. So I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna wear a vintage dress because I'm the vintage gardener. So I'm almost to the agricultural center. It's probably gonna be crazy because it's always crazy, and I'll see. Maybe I can take a little bit of video footage. I'm a little sad because there was this one lady, and she had a lavender farm, and she and her husband, I think they're older, and they've had some health issues, so she posted on Facebook that she wasn't going to do it, and I don't even know if they're going to continue to do their farm anymore. And she had local honey, and I'm sure because the bees are feeding on lavender, it probably had a lavender taste, which probably would have been quite interesting, actually, now that I think about it. But so I'm a little sad because she won't be there. I got some. She had this lavender. I think it was lavender scrub, which was actually pretty nice. But I just can't wait to see what everybody's got there. And so I only ended up spending $6 at the plant fair, so I got more money to burn. I was proud of myself. So I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay, guys. So I thought I'd video the approach as we're getting to the farmers market. Today is Armed Forces Day, so thank you to all the men and women who have served. And that is that farm stuff over there. That is the place we're going. They actually have cooking classes and stuff here, and I actually took a class on preserving. They had a donut class, but unfortunately, I was too busy with my job to attend, which wasn't really happy about. So let me go see. There's additional parking. I'm just going to go to the additional parking section because I know this place is absolutely crowded. It's always crowded. So this is apparently the hold on a second, sorry. This is the vendor parking area. And I'm not a vendor, but I'm parking there anyway, because this is the additional parking section. That farmhouse right there, that is where they do the cooking classes. They got this huge kitchen. That's the first time I took a class on preserving, how to preserve fruits and vegetables. And did I say 15-minute parking? Shoot. I'm going to be longer than 15 minutes. And you know what? I do not care. Okay? Don't need it. You know, who's going to go to a farmer's market for 15 minutes? These folks must be kidding. So that is it. I'm going to get out of the car now. I'll take some video once I get over there. I don't know what's in. You know what? I'm going to go peek into that thing. I'm going to see what's going on. I'm sorry for all the shots of my steering wheel. It's a lovely steering wheel, though, isn't it? I just want to see. Oh! Oh my goodness, it's sheep. Oh, hi there, sheep. Oh, this is staring me down. I'm not gonna do anything. Just looking at y'all. Oh. So that's what's over there.